The LGBTQ plus bill in Ghana is officially passed.
The Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021 is read the third time and passed. The Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021 is read the third time and passed.
The Parliament of Ghana, which is the legislature arm of our country, has voted. And they voted unanimously. They all voted in favor of the bill to ban and criminalize LGBTQ plus activities and activism. You want to hear the details? Come with me. Hi, I'm Cyrus, and this is Tuntum Network from the heart of the motherland in Accra, Ghana. Be kind to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment when you find my content interesting. So like I said, the LGBTQ plus bill is passed in Ghana. The bill was called Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values. It was sponsored in Parliament by private people led by the Member of Parliament from Ningo Prampram constituency. The man is nicknamed Jata, which translates lion. He is Sam George. Sam Jata George didn't mince words when invited to the Transatlantic Summit at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Take a look at this.
So we'll now have two brief comments from the floor. The first is Mr. Samuel George. Mr. George is a member of parliament from the country of Ghana. Mr. George.
Thank you very much, and all protocol duly observed. As a natural-born man, a charismatic Christian, a husband of one woman, a father of 3 children, and an elected member of Ghana's parliament, I hold the role of the family extremely sacred. I believe that the right to found a family and determine same is a right that accrues to everyone within the context and spirit of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, the UN Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and several other recognized international treaties like the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. That the right to marry and found a family shall be between men and women of full age, without prejudice to their race, nationality, or religion. Yes, it says men and women, not men and men or women and women. As Africans, the role of the family is cardinal to our society and its well-being. To reinforce this, Article 18 of the African Charter recognizes the family as society's natural unit and basis. It imposes a responsibility on member states in the African Union to protect the physical health and morals of the family. Yes, it said morals of the family. It declares the family as the custodian of morals and traditional values recognized by the community. The Charter says there is no ambiguity here, that the values of family as a union between a natural-born man and woman must be protected by all of us. Against this backdrop, together with 7 of my colleagues in Ghana's parliament, I'm sponsoring a private member's bill titled The Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Families Values Bill 2021 in Ghana's parliament.
So he led the bill in parliament, which is now passed. In the bill, which entered parliament in 2021 and waiting for the president's signature to make it a law, it states that if you engage in LGBTQ activities or promote it in Ghana, you will be jailed between 3 to 5 years. Ghana is now part of the 29 African countries where LGBTQ is criminalized. If you don't know, let me educate you a little bit about Ghana. The vast majority of Ghanaians wouldn't have accepted anything else other than the outcome that happened 2 days ago in Parliament. The citizens were waiting to know which members of Ghana's Parliament would have voted against the bill. In fact, each political party was also waiting to identify opposing party members who would have voted against the bill and make a political case against them in the next general elections. The people would have voted those MPs out of Ghana's parliament. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Ghana is an extremely religious country. On Saturdays, the Adventists meet. They don't work and their transports won't be found on the road, and they hold a good percentage of transportation ownership in Ghana. On Sundays, the Christians meet. Ghana on Sundays is very quiet, especially in the mornings. You won't see food vendors and shops are closed until after church services are over, which is usually around 2 p.m. On Fridays, Muslims meet. They form about 18% of our population. The traditionalists also meet on whichever days they have, and the routine goes on. Our local chiefs and traditional leaders would never support the idea of same-sex marriages. They see it as a taboo, a curse on their lands, to their gods and their customs. All these religious groups have doctrines that prohibits same-sex marriages in Ghana. You see, in Ghana, having children is a prideful thing. People will do anything to have children just for their family names and inheritance to continue. And what the LGBTQ group stands for is the opposite. It is unheard of to be married to the same-sex person in this country. I mean, people will be afraid of you at some point and will do anything to avoid you. Definitely, there are renowned professionals like doctors and lawyers and business people in Ghana who practice same-sex activities but would never expose themselves. Because once people know that you are a gay or lesbian, they immediately feel you cannot be trusted, or most parents will think you will pollute the minds of their children. These are typical things I'm sharing with you. There are schools in Ghana where teachers who practice such lifestyles have been kicked out of the town by the local people. I'm not even talking about the school system. In fact, let me share with you this story. I knew a man in church, and I used to attend this church for years. He had 3 sons and a daughter. The first 2 sons, older sons, used to study overseas for more than 10 years. So they came back to Ghana some time ago and they joined their father to church. You could see the boys were behaving differently. They walked differently and spoke quite differently. And without speaking with the father, you could see on the father's face, he was kind of embarrassed having them around. The father took them to meet the pastor, the main pastor of the church, to hopefully counsel them and help them with whatever conversation he was having with them at the time. I mean, the 2 boys. Now, the next day morning, the 2 sons drove their father's car to the international airport in Accra, changed their flight tickets, and returned to where they came from overseas. I mean, these are 2 Ghanaian boys who were born and raised in Ghana to a certain level before they traveled. The father only realized this after hours of searching for them and his car. Listen, according to the father, his only hope are the 2 kids he still have in Ghana. And in his own words, it's over his dead body to let any of his kids travel to anywhere in the world without him. This was a sad reunion story, seeing how long it took for the father to meet his sons again after 10 years. In my candid opinion, the LGBTQ plus group is made up of all manner of people just like the rest of us. They simply want to love differently. Nobody in Ghana hates them so much to wish they didn't exist. That's not true. We are a community and we have our own values and laws. And if as a people we cannot decide what's best for us, then we are not sovereign anymore. There are countries in the world where it's totally acceptable to marry same sex and it's within their values. I can totally accept that for that country. But in Ghana, I don't see a change in that law anytime soon, especially after the president signs into law. Ghana is a rule of law. It's a democracy and it's a sovereign country. These things should mean something. And as it stands now, the ball is in the court of the president, Nana Addo. His signature will make it law. Once he signs it into law, I'm quite sure a number of foreigners or foreign businesses may leave the country. But that's expected. You cannot eat your cake and have it. These consequences are expected and the country will continue, whether they stay or they leave. So, Mr. President, what sayest thou? This is what you said some time ago in a church that hosted you. Let's take a look at this.
I have said this before, and let me in conclusion stress again that it will not be under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that same-sex marriage will be legal. That same-sex marriage will be legalized in Ghana. It will never happen in my time as president. Let me repeat, it will never happen in my time as president.
It will never happen in my time as president, and you repeated it. Those were your words. Well, that time has come. Let's see if you can substantiate your claim with action. Ghana is a very peaceful and wonderful country to be born in and visit. We are a people of laws just as any country in the world. We welcome you from any part of the world so long as you are willing to live within the legal framework of our republic. But if human rights issues are your topmost priority when you come to Ghana, then we have too many areas to bring to your attention. There are villages in Ghana where kids take school classes under trees. There are reported cases of child labor in Ghana. We need school bags and shoes and pens and other items for kids in this country. We need clean water in many places as well as road access. There is so much you can do to help this country. So let's not be caught up in this issue for so long. Let's rather focus on what's imminent issues in our country and on the continent. Malaria, unemployment, security, food supply, and many others. That's my take on the subject, and I hope you leave a comment when you watch this in full. Thank you for taking time to watch today's episode. Kindly subscribe, like, and share if you have enjoyed this and other episodes. Until I come your way again, God bless you, and it's bye-bye for now.